Yeah, una good afternoon, una good evening, una good morning to us Sierra Leoneans. This is not the voice of the young man, BARBATOV. Please, Sierra Leoneans, una joy they can listen. Our woman, they fight for young country woman them. Our woman, they stand for gender balance. Our woman, love in people them. We know to other person. The first lady from Nigeria, TINUBU in woman. So please, Sierra Leoneans, let una patient and listen to the woman himself, where they address the ECOWAS parliament. Please, just wait and look. They say answer for our girls, the money they go. Patient and listen, okay?
Standing ovation, we have come to the highlight of the event where our First Lady, the First Lady of Nigeria, distinguished Senator OLUREMI TINUBU would come as the mother of Nigeria, mother of the nation called Nigeria, to speak to us. Standing ovation, please. She will speak to us as the mother of the nation. Thank you.
Thank you. Please, can we be seated? The Right Honorable Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, Hajia Memunatu Ibrahima, Representative of the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the First Deputy Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, Distinguished Senator Jibrin Barau, my chairman. Honorable Deputy Speakers of the ECOWAS Parliament, distinguished parliamentarians of the ECOWAS Parliament, Honorable Commissioner for Human Development and Social Affairs, ECOWAS Commission, Professor Fatou Sosé, I hope I'm right, Sosa, Ambassador at Large and Head of the Transitional Intergovernmental Human Rights Commission in Nigeria, Our Excellency, or is it His Excellency Duru, Ambassador Dr. Duru Ezekiah, and other members of the Diplomatic Corps here present. President of the ECOWAS Female Parliamentarian Association, ECOFEPA, Honorable Veronica Kadi Sese, Acting Secretary General of the ECOWAS Parliament, Mr. Sombetin, my colleague, Senator Biodun Olujimi, also the honorary president. Good to see you. Distinguished personalities, the press, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to join you at this ECOWAS Spotlight Initiative on the theme Rethinking Women's Proportional Representation in Governance. I thank the Honorable Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, Right Honorable Hajia Memunatu Ibrahima, for the invitation to be part of this important discourse, which I say is timely and apt, especially at a time when women are agitating for more participatory roles in governance, most importantly when it comes to decisions and issues that concerns the women folk. Having spent 12 years as a member of the upper legislative chamber of this assembly, it gladdens my heart to see discussions like this being brought to the front burner. And I would say it's not a coincidence that your complex is being renovated and then you move your office into the National Assembly. And I believe it's a wake-up call for this 10th Assembly, and I believe we have a very gender-friendly one. Without a doubt, the need for women's active participation in politics cannot be overemphasized. The political participation of women throughout the world still lags significantly behind that of her male counterpart. Today, we are reminded of the critical need to address and overcome the persistent gender disparities in our political systems. Despite the progress made, significant barriers still exist that inhibit the ability of African women to claim a larger stake in the political process. These barriers include deeply entrenched societal norms, systemic discriminatory practices, structural issues within our political systems, and financial incapability. Quotas have proven to be a powerful tool in enhancing women's political participation. They ensure a minimum number of seats are allocated to women, thereby promoting gender balance. Countries like Sweden, Norway, and Spain have successfully used gender quotas to achieve significant representation of women in their parliaments, leading to more inclusive and representative governance. However, when we compare the data globally, we see that many countries have implemented quotas to improve women's representation in governance. This stark difference underscores the urgency for strategic planning and implementation of effective measures to meet ECOWAS status, requiring 30% women representation in parliament. To fully achieve this across board, we must be seen to walk the talk. For instance, our party, the All Progressive Congress APC, has taken significant steps to remove financial barriers by making nomination forms for elective positions free at the grassroots level, ensuring that capable and qualified women in the political process without the burden of prohibitive costs. Education is the cornerstone of empowerment. By improving access to education for girls and women, we can equip them with the knowledge and skills necessary to participate effectively in political processes. Additionally, raising awareness about the importance of women's representation in governance is crucial. Public campaigns, media engagements, and community programs can help shift societal attitudes and dismantle stereotypes that hinder women's political participation. While quotas and education are essential, enforcement of these measures is equally critical. Government must put in place robust mechanisms to ensure compliance with gender quotas. These include legal frameworks and monitoring systems that hold political parties accountable. Constitutional amendments may also be necessary to enshrine gender equity in political representation. Such amendments would provide a solid legal foundation for women's adequate representation, ensuring that gender equity is not just a policy preference, but a constitutional mandate. And I want to commend my colleague, Senator OLUREMI. While in the Senate, she fought really hard to bring this discussion forth. And I told her, I said, instead of saying gender equality, let's deal with gender parity. And I think with men, someone said, I think it was the president of ECOFEPA that said, power is not served a la carte. That quote is actually from my husband, Mr. President. And all my life in the upper legislative chambers, I've noticed that men would fight you as if he's fighting another man for position. So, and when you want power, you have to learn how to obtain power. And maybe this is not the time for it, maybe you discuss it. Younger women that are listening, you need older women to also mentor you. You know, it's not education. You are educated, yes. But when it comes to the terrain of governance and power, you know, there are some unspoken rules. And I think Senator Eriti is there. Good to see you as well.
When I hear First Lady, they address the ECOWAS Parliament. Now, that's why I would call as a First Lady. I have to talk to the people, I have to talk to the woman, I have to talk to the man them back. As you hear no more now. We in Sierra Leone, we First Lady, I intimidate. He said without possible day na SLPP, you are not a true Sierra Leonean. So now, patients are listening. Continue for listening to the woman.
So civil society and women organizations have been at the forefront of advocating for gender equity in politics. Their efforts have led to significant advancement, but more needs to be done. These organizations must continue to challenge discriminatory practices and work collaboratively with governments to create an enabling environment for women's political participation. The journey towards achieving 30% of women representation in our parliament is achievable once we take the bold step to kickstart the journey to an enduring democracy for quality representation. I commend the Federal House of Representatives for passing the bill seeking to reserve 74 seats for women in the National Assembly in a bid to encourage more female participation in politics and governance. I believe that the leadership in the Senate are gender friendly too. I'm wearing the green instead of the red because I used to be in the red chambers.
Yeri, it said because the man na APC na the winning under. Because he wear the APC, now he make you wear the green. And I don't see as somebody loving people them. As somebody they address the ECOWAS Parliament. Kudos to all the women there in Nigeria, so to the ECOWAS Parliament. I want to tell you now, plenty.
In appreciation to the House of Representatives, I urge the 10th National Assembly to give women the necessary support. Nigeria women are smart and intelligent and can work alongside our male counterparts without friction for the good and development of our country. I thank you all for your kind attention. God bless ECOWAS Female Parliamentarians Association, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, madam. Let God continue for bless you. You love Nigeria people and you love Nigeria women. Let God continue. Let man for come fight for the people of this country because now the chairman of ECOWAS. Please, one democracy in our country, one Sierra Leone.